So now to talk to you a little bit about what you're looking to actually achieve with your portfolio. So what is the purpose of you doing this? Now, there's a few things to consider when it comes to this. The first and foremost is actually having an understanding in terms of what you need financially to be able to give yourself some financial security. Then what you need financially to achieve financial comfort. And finally, what you need to achieve financial fun. Off the back of that, the other things you're going to want to consider is what would you like to make of your life? What would you like to do? Or very simply, what would life look like if money was never an issue for you again? What would you be doing with it? So where would you be in the world? Would you be, say, on a beach in the Bahamas, as an example? Who would you be spending the time with? Would it be your family? Would it be your friends? Would it be your kids? Like, who would it be? Okay, and finally, what would you be doing over there? Would you basically be kicking it by the pool, or would you be running a business that you have a love and passion for, and you'd be doing it from offshore? I mean, what would be the end game? So let's break this back all the way down to the beginning. So the first step is what we call your financial security or financial independence. So the first figure that you want to understand on part of your journey to success is how much money do you need to be earning on a monthly basis to cover your basic expenses. So to give you an example of what I mean, this would essentially cover your mortgage or rent, your gas, your water, your electric, your food, your fuel, your council tax, and your broadband. That's pretty much all of the costs you'd be considering. Credit cards and loans and all of that sort of fun stuff you'd expect to have dealt with as part of the portfolio growth. Okay, and anything like holidays and investments and even external properties that are not your own home, we wouldn't include this within this figure. The whole premise of this is if something terrible were to have happened to you, what amount do you need to be earning on a monthly basis as a bare minimum, like an absolute bare minimum, to ensure that the wolves are kept from the door, to ensure that basically your bills are paid and your family's fed and watered. Okay, that is the very first figure. We call this your financial security, and it's a monthly figure. So that is the very first figure you're going to have to work out. Now, if you haven't already got this figure in your mind, what I'd love you to do is just pause this video now, go ahead, figure that out, and when you get back, we'll go through the next step. Now, if you have paused the video and you did just resume, then fantastic. I'm glad you have some clarity on that. If you didn't, fantastic. We will move on either which way. So now you have an understanding of your financial security. The next thing you're going to want to understand is your financial comfort. Now, the financial comfort is actually a much simpler version. This is essentially where you take a look at what your current income is on a monthly basis, and we're just trying to look to replicate that through the portfolio. And this is your post-tax income, please understand. Okay, very simply, this will be the amount that you need to live your life currently as you're living, comfortable and normal. Now, obviously, if you don't have an income, then you might want to bump it up a little bit. But the idea is to lead a standard and comfortable and normal life, nothing special, no big holidays, no yachts, nothing like that. Just a very standard, comfortable life. Okay, this is what we call the financial comfort figure. And in exactly the same way, what you'd want to do is you'd want to figure out what that actual amount is. Now, once you have that amount, okay, and again, you're welcome to pause the video at any time to go and figure what that figure is. Now, once you have that amount, then you'd be able to figure out, okay, how many houses do you need, and so on and so forth. And we're going to go through that in the next item. Then the third one is what we call your financial fund. So this is what your life or the amount of money you need to be earning on a monthly basis to have what we call the up yours money. Now, we call it the up yours money because irrespective of the job opportunity somebody would offer you, it would never be a decision you would make to take because of money. Okay, so someone said, well, you can earn 100 grand a month in this business. Okay, and you go, okay, brilliant, but I earn enough. I'm fine, thanks. I'm okay. So that's sort of a kind of an income. Now, we tend to find that anywhere between 5 and 10,000 is a pretty good figure here, depending on your life circumstances and where you're at. And take it from me, £10,000 a month is a very comfortable figure to be living on. Anything above actually just moves into an excess. Okay, so then the third one is basically figuring out your financial fund figure. Now, once you have that figure put in your head, and we will obviously map out how to be able to achieve that shortly, but once you have that figure mapped in your head, what you then consider is, okay, well, what would your life look like if you had that money coming in, month out, without you having to do any work for it whatsoever? So then you're going to start to ask yourself, and I'd urge you to do this as a bit of an exercise. So get out a fresh piece of paper, and what you're going to do is you're going to write down, first of all, your financial independence figure. Write that down on the top of the page. The second thing what you're going to write down is you're going to write down the date that you would like to achieve your financial independence. Now, we tend to find anywhere between 12 and 36 months is a good time period to be able to expect to achieve this in reality. Now, a lot of people will obviously take significantly longer, but we're here to teach you and show you, and obviously the coaching program is there as well, to assist you in being able to hugely shorten that gap to achieve that and achieve your retirement age significantly sooner, which is always great. Okay, so you're going to then write down the financial freedom date, somewhere between 12 and 36 months, and I'd urge you to make it a memorable date. So you're going to want it to be somebody's anniversary or birthday or some date that you will never forget in your entire life. Okay, so you're going to have your financial independence figure, and then you're going to have the date in which you would like to achieve that. The third item you're going to be doing within this is you're going to then write down what your life would look like when you have achieved that financial freedom or that financial independence, and you have that security of life. So very simply, what I want you to write down, okay, is one very, very short and simple paragraph where you're going to write down as a starting position from the viewpoint of having already achieved it. You're going to start with, now that I am financially independent, I. Okay, what you're going to be listing out there is the things that you're going to be doing with your life. So now that I'm financially independent, I'm now more than comfortable to go and travel and spend a lot more time with my family, and I'm sitting on a beach in the Bahamas taking a very much needed holiday because, of course, you're still going to be earning money through the job, okay, but your portfolio will bolster your income quite significantly. Okay, so you're going to write down what you're doing. The second thing, you're going to write down who you're with. Okay, and I'm sitting here with my wife on the beach watching the sunset, whatever that vision might be. And then thirdly, you're going to be talking about what you're doing. So it's where you are, what you're doing, and who you are with. Those are the three items you're going to be making sure you cover in here. So a very short, brief paragraph, like 3 or 4 lines, nice and simple. And then finally, you're going to be finishing off with whose life is this going to be affecting other than yours. Okay, now this is a really useful little exercise because this thing gives you clarity in terms of where it is you'd actually like to get to and what that currently looks like. Now, once you've done that on a fresh sheet of paper, I'd love you to just print that out, go stick that up on your wall, and have it somewhere that you'll see it every single day. It needs to be something memorable, something that you will be reviewing, looking at every day, knowing what it is you want to achieve. Okay, it's a driving force to help you achieve that.